Today I wanted to show you how to install a cheap Bluetooth device into your old car. And in my case it was an Opel Omega with the NCDC 2015 model, which was the top of the range model with sat-nav and telematics unit, which means a telephone, a GSM telephone working only on 900 MHz networks with a huge SIM card that you have to insert inside the telematics unit, which was in the glove box. Now I removed this telematics unit some time ago now, and didn't know what to do with it. I took it apart, looking into things that I could hack into and possibly build a Bluetooth into this unit, so I could use the original built-in head unit with all the muting and all these phone's features, and so that I could use the buttons on the front panel and etc. etc. Well, that wasn't quite possible. It probably was, but I just didn't want to spend too much time on this. So I took the head unit apart and I plugged in cables to CD changer audio, and that's how I used audio from iPod or iPhone on my radio in my car. Now that didn't work very well because of the ground loop noise. So using those plugs and sockets from that telematic units, I thought I'll plug in directly to the ground of my car to see if the noise will go away. But in my case that didn't work either. So I thought I'm gonna use some of the components of this Nokia phone to charge or supply the power to some of my other ideas. In this case I thought I'm gonna make a USB charger hub inside my glove box compartment, which I'm gonna show you a little bit later. And now this is the Bluetooth 4.0. Apparently 4.0, but it's the board, the design I think of this circuit is version 3.0, but the actual Bluetooth is apparently 4.0. And this is the actual device. It's like 5 centimeters by 4.5 centimeters. It's very tiny, and I knew I can fit this inside my head unit, or at least inside the actual CD changer unit, where you insert the cassette with 4 CDs in it. And because I don't use this cassette and I don't use the CD changer at all, I could use the space inside the CD changer for something like that, which I did. And I'm going to show you what I did exactly to get this working. And here you can see a Bluetooth device with some sockets and 3 buttons, and those buttons are basically previous and next song, and if you hold them, it basically they turn the volume of the Bluetooth device, not the phone, not the Bluetooth source, but the Bluetooth device itself, the volume down or up if you hold previous or next buttons. And the middle button basically, if you press it once, it plays the music. If you press it again once, it will pause the music, and then if you press twice, whether it's during playing music or not, it will redial the previous dialed number. And then if you press once in that middle button during the conversation, it will just stop the conversation and go back to music or whatever it was doing. So now this is the head unit removed, and you can see some wires sticking out from underneath, and these are the audio cables coming up from the head unit and the jack, and you could connect anything you liked to it. And that's the audio cable coming out from the main head unit. On the right it's a CD changer, which is the bottom part of the head unit, and on the left it's the actual board computer and sat-nav, radio, everything else. That's a head unit up close. I was looking for a space for the actual Bluetooth. I was hoping to connect to the front panel bounds, but then in the end I thought I will just go back to original plan, which was the CD changer space. And on this picture you can see the bottom circuit of the socket, of the head unit socket, and I was looking for a 12-volt supply and obviously ground, and because I wanted to connect directly to the radio's ground and radio's 12 volts source, so that I could avoid the ground loop noise, which was really annoying. I was looking for a 12 volt, but not a constant one. Only when you switch the ignition on, the 12 volt source would switch on. Only because the Bluetooth doesn't need to be constantly on, and also would drain the batteries, your car's battery. So that there is no need for that. And actually, the board, the Bluetooth board I purchased on eBay, is actually designed for cars and is designed to be switched on and off all the time. This is the plug that connects to the head unit. That's CD changer to the head unit. Up close, but obviously I disconnected the audio coming out from CD changer off. There is no audio coming out from CD changer to the head unit. It's totally disconnected. Those two blue sealed wires are the ground wires. I didn't use them to connect to audio from CD changer. These two loose wires are the left and right channel, and the ground, I connected it directly to the radio's ground socket, like I mentioned earlier. You can see that I had to drill a hole in the CD changer cover so I could put the wires through and connect the audio and the power to the Bluetooth board, which I was going to keep inside the CD changer space. And here you can see the red and black wires. This is the ground and 12 volts going to Bluetooth board. You can see that up close, and in this particular case an NCDC 2015. That's the 12 volt, which only works when you turn the key inside in the ignition. You can see that I only connected the left and right audio without the ground, because I used the ground from the mains radio ground on the Bluetooth ground. And here you can see the front panel of the head unit stuck together and some wires, and you can see that one of them is for audio and one for power. And here you can see how small the gap is, because I wanted to keep all the wires inside and not outside like previously. And now this is the actual Bluetooth with some buttons and the microphone. Again, the front panel put on and put together. I use double-sided tape to stick the buttons to the flap, and when it's open it's actually quite sturdy. When you press on buttons it doesn't bend down at all. It's actually nice and sturdy for buttons to be pressed and without worrying about breaking anything. And then inside you can see the Bluetooth board with covered in insulation tape to prevent any short circuit. And then again you've got the head unit with open flap and temporarily stuck buttons to it, and it actually works quite cool. And in the moment I'll show you a video how this actually works inside a car. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the socket taken out from the telematic unit and modified, and I made something like this with 4 USB sockets, 5 amps. You can connect 4 devices, iPads and everything to it, and that's hidden in my glove compartment. Now we're in my Opel Omega with the Siemens NCDC 2015 and my iPhone 6s Plus on a braided holder, no wires, not even charger, and this is the charger in there I was telling you about earlier, but it's just a charger, so no need to talk about it too much, other than it charges up to 4 iPads at the same time. So the Bluetooth is not connected, and we're looking at the LANI. The key is not in. You see? We're gonna turn it on now. The radio switch is on, and then the Bluetooth. Did you hear that sound? That was the Bluetooth sound connected. And then so let's say I don't need to touch the iPhone at all. Going back to my head unit, I'm going to open my multimedia keyboard. Press this button. Music is automatically played from my iPhone. And the next song. Oh, that was my favorite, I think. So, I'm gonna dial the previously dialed number, which is 333 to free mobile customer service, by pressing twice in the middle button.
Welcome to 3. To check your bill and what allowances you've got left, press 1. To make a payment for the number you're calling from,
right,
press 2.
And then I finish this.
Phone upgrade.
I press this middle button again, it goes back to music. And then we've got apps like TomTom. Let's try this one out. So I've got a route prepared there. So let's try that one.
Turn left, then at the end of the road, turn left. Turn left, then take the second left.
As you can hear, it works quite well.
Turn left, then at the end of the road, turn left. Turn left, then turn right. Turn right, then at the end of the road, turn left.
So there you go.
Turn left, then
let's
at the end
close
of the
this
road, turn right.
TomTom, and then let's try to use Skype. Okay, let's try to call Echo. So you see this applications like Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, they all work.
Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Right, hello, I'm testing the microphone, which is really tiny, and I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough for conversation during driving. Right, hello, I'm testing the microphone, which is really tiny, and I'm not sure if it's going to be good enough for conversation during driving.
If you are able to hear your own voice, then you have configured Skype correctly. If you hear this message, but not your own voice, then something is wrong with your audio recording settings. Please check your microphone and microphone settings, or visit skype.com for more help. Thank you for using the Skype call testing service. Goodbye.
Right, I actually ended up this conversation by pressing this middle button. So these buttons actually work in Skype app as well, which is cool. And that's what else can I show you? Everything seems to be working quite well. Obviously, I've got a braided one holder here, which is wireless. You can see there's no cables connected here. Now I can just close this. See, it's too dark. What I'm gonna do for now is I'm gonna keep this microphone inside because I don't need to talk that much. And there you go, that's it. And then as soon as I take the key out of the ignition, everything stops working, the iPhone will be disconnected. There you go. That's it, folks. Going back to the USB charger, plastic box connected to this cable. Okay, this is I believe it's a phone antenna cable. So I use this plug and socket to power this little box. Obviously you can do whatever you want, and you could use those cables to go back to this radio if you really want it, but like I said, I wanted to use the radio's ground for the Bluetooth, so to avoid the ground loop noise. So there you go, that's the Bluetooth with the iPhone 6s Plus in action.